Our headlines today. Teachers warn of disruption after more than 100 schools are told to shut their buildings because of safety fears.
It is a little bit concerning that it's so close to going back to school, but these things happen, don't they? Yeah, I'd rather my child not be in school than the school fall down around him.
As another day of rail strikes gets underway, good morning from Huddersfield Station, where today is the last day to let train companies know what you think of plans to close ticket offices like this.
A last-ditch attempt to save Wilko. If it succeeds, it will save thousands of jobs and most of the stores.
Good morning in sport. 4 Brits make round 3 at the US Open, but Andy Murray's tournament is over after he lost in the second round in New York.
And how Tally the Turtle has returned home to Texas after taking a 4,000-mile detour to North Wales.
And a police officer driving a van who followed 2 teenagers before they both died in an e-bike crash is being investigated for dangerous driving. 16-year-old Kyrie Sullivan and Harvey Evans, who was 15, died after the bike they were riding crashed in Ely, Cardiff in May. The deaths led to riots which saw 15 officers injured and dozens of people arrested. The former Conservative MP, Antoinette Sandbach, has asked to be removed from an academic's research that connects her to a slave-owning ancestor. Malik Al-Nasir named Ms. Sandbach as a descendant of Samuel Sandbach, a Liverpool merchant who had a stake in plantations in the West Indies in a 2021 video. She argues there's no public interest in identifying her. Some of the papers for you this morning and the front pages. Start with The Guardian, shall we? Leading on that story we had a moment ago, closure of school buildings made with aerated concrete. Going to find out more about that substance this morning, get some expert analysis on that. Picture there is Grant Shapps, who's been made Defence Secretary, his 5th cabinet position in a year.
Now, the Eye's front page also features concerns over school closures and the return of homeschooling. The paper says parents with children in affected schools are scrambling for childcare.
Daily Mail, let's have a look at that. A picture of what some people are claiming to be the Loch Ness Monster. So, this image is a photograph taken by a holidaymaker. The picture was actually taken 5 years ago, but it's only just come to light. You'll probably remember there was a major search, wasn't there, last weekend. Lots of people gathering there, lots of equipment. But this was a picture from some years ago, but people are seeing it just for the first time now.
I don't think you can get enough of Howdy Doody. Do you think?
Well, we were all slightly baffled by it,
well,
I think it'd be fair to say.
So, we had Howdy Doody in the States, we showed you a moment ago. It's worth seeing Howdy Doody again. This is the Howdy Doody taking a ride in a car. His owner had specially adapted...
in a car? I think it's more on a car.
On a car, OK. So, and we were saying how the States does it bigger than the UK, yeah?
He's sliced off the side of his car, basically, hasn't he?
OK. Well, let me tell you this story about what happened here. In the UK. It was on the M62, and North West Motorway Police pulled over a driver. The driver was found at the wheel with an African grey parrot perched on their shoulder.
While driving?
Whilst driving. Motorist not been named, and the driver was pulled over because, and this is kind of obvious maybe, animals should be in suitable carriers or restraints. The offender was given a traffic offence report. And there was a statement put on Twitter by North West Police which said, not sure whether to use the term driver or pirate for this post. Oh, yeah. You see so it was the African grey parrot on the shoulder. If you want to be a pirate, the police said... Oh, because the police in Bristol have done this another time. They shared this picture and saying, if you want to be a pirate, get a boat. You cannot possibly be in control of a vehicle with an animal on your shoulder.
No, you can't. That's ridiculous.
There's a little mouse.
Why would you do that?
Well, parrot-friendly pets, you know. But no, don't do it. I'm not offering that advice. No cows in cars, no turtles, no... Oh, no parrots.
Today's front page is what's making Friday's papers. Well, the disruption in schools leads many of them, the Eye leading with this disruption caused by the decision to close all unsafe school buildings in England, that is, made with a concrete prone to collapsing. The Guardian describes the situation as the new school year is about to start as chaos. Same lead for The Telegraph, which calls it the return of lockdown. The Times says head teachers were only told about the closures at the very last minute. The Express asks why, if the problem has been known about for so long, did it take 5 years to act? The Mail leads with news of the latest doctor strike to be called, with the headline, "How callous can you get? Coordinated action." The Mirror turns its spotlight on plans to close many rail ticket offices and a march on Downing Street to try to get the government to stop the plan. The Metro covers the death of 22-year-old volunteer soldier Sam Newey in Ukraine. The Sun speaks to an injured Marine who's unhappy at Prince Harry's criticism of the way it treats injured service personnel. And the FT reports on ethical concerns surrounding the Indian conglomerate Adani, in particular the alleged links between its founder and the country's Prime Minister, Narendra Modi. Now, if you want to see any of those front pages again or read the stories, then do scan the QR code on your screen.